Hey people, welcome to the channel, and in this case, interesting, mother 85 died in hospital following a stroke a week after she received a COVID booster jab. Inquest hears. So as always folks, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist and trying to keep you informed, wake you up to the reality of us sometimes being led to do or think things that are not always in our own best interest. This is because there are certain agendas, there are certain interests, and you have to realize which these are. As always, if you want to learn more about survival preparedness, by all means, you have the channel with lots of videos. You have my books, Surviving the Economic Collapse and Street Survival Skills. These two will help you get a lot better prepared for the times that we're already living in. And the times we're already living in include this. Now, 85-year-old, that is not a young woman. 85-year-old is a certain age in which you're probably going to be already in there or past the life expectancy. So at any time, yeah, it's kind of like you could be on your way to another plane of existence, right? Let's put it that way. So 85, got it. You know what is not an 85-year-old woman? A 21-year-old healthy, fit young kid or young man in college. That's the case of a kid in the university where my son went, and that kid was diagnosed with a heart condition for life just a couple days after getting his little dose there. That is not cool. I'm not pro heart inflammation, but you know what? That's just anecdotal evidence. And by the way, I'm not a doctor. Don't take anything I say as medical advice because it certainly is not. But I do read. That's something that I've been able to do for a while now. And you know what's very interesting to read? Well, going into the Pfizer website and reading the potential side effects that could arise with this drug, medication, or whatever you want to call it. Well, in their own website, they say that one of the potential side effects is just that, inflammation of your heart. That's, let me say that again in case, because it's not my first language, so in case anything got lost there in translation, let me read. It is in their own website, Pfizer, in their own, it's not a conspiracy theory, it's not reading weird stuff, it's not some guy on YouTube, no, it's Pfizer. These are the people, this is the lab that makes this thing. And they say that one of the potential side effects or some of the things that could arise is heart inflammation because of their product. Okay, let's call it that. So, in case you think that's not serious, I think it is. Especially because at the same time, and in case you haven't kept up with all of this madness, one of the things we now read from all of the mainstream media is that natural immunity is either just as good or very likely better than this. So why the fuck would you risk heart inflammation or heart problems or stroke of any kind or any kind of complication for something that natural immunity is just as good or, again, better? Don't trust me. I'm not a doctor. Look it up yourselves. That's what's been said by the same people that are, selling the product up until now. So the information is out there. It is true that you're often being manipulated, but man, it is on you to look after your own health, your own well-being. 85-year-old woman, said his mother was not herself within a few hours. That is, usually when this thing happens, like when it hits you bad, it is within hours. It's like very quickly. I mean, if it happens quickly, it is just common sense to assume that it could be a few days later, a few weeks later, or just something that is causing a complication further. It could be years later, and we're still studying this potential side effects or problems that may cause. Rushed to the hospital, consulted, stroke, and also presented an irregular heartbeat. Her family raised concerns, death about possible link between COVID jabs, stroke. So they're doing the inquiry, why shouldn't her symptoms after the vaccine be built up to a stroke? Not sure, it's black and white, it's a gray area, I cannot provide. All right. You know what I would like really? If instead of mentioning the 85-year-olds, and this is Pfizer, biotech, Moderna, all right. She had not had an initial second jab ahead of the booster, but Inc. was told that after the situation was flagged up to UK Health Service, it confirmed that it was fine to have given the jab, but the patient should complete the primary course at some point. Okay. Her son, who acted as her carer, said his mother was very undecided about whether to have another vaccination to finally decide to have one about 18 months later after she had been in hospital for abdominal and chest pains and pneumonia. So there you go. You know what? I would like if they posted more about the very young people that have had this happen instead of the 85-year-old that always leave. Oh, well, 85-year-old woman, of course. So again, a little bit of that whitewashing of leaving things when you have so many young people that have gone through this, and it's a lot more telling. Guys, see you next time. Take care.